Yo, Mad Dog Killer Son, coming at you live and direct. You know, I know it's been a minute since I hit y'all with one of these, but um, had a lot of stuff going on. You know, a lot of people hitting me up on my Facebook and Twitter. And I tried to record something last week with the math and disaster thing, and just didn't work out, man. I mean, people calling me in the middle of the blog and some other stuff. So finally had a minute to myself. Let me holler at y'all a couple of things. One, talk about some battles real quick. At Briz Rothstein, Young X. Yo, this Briz Rothstein is gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Very aggressive. You can see he's like, the best way to describe him is he's not fully polished yet. It's just, when you look at, it's like looking at raw talent. He's like a raw, talented dude, almost like when you seen LeBron in high school, that type of dude. This Young X, though, I like what I see with this Young X guy. I've seen 2 battles of his. I think his accent is working for him. I think he has some original stuff, like when he starts, saying that you don't have a mop, you have to use a white TS, nigga. I mean, he has a couple of things that he does style-wise that's new and original, and I think if he stay with it, he's gonna be one of them. He's gonna be one of them dudes that we're gonna be talking about. But anyway, T-Top City Tiles. The second time I've seen T-Top. I actually went to the Gnome 4 and had a chance to chop it up with T-Top for a half second. T-Top, you see this blog, give me a shout out, man. One love. Yo, humble dude. I think he's on the rise. I see a lot of people wanting to do things for him. I could see a lot of doors opening up for him. He's a smart dude. And he battled John and Don, and now City Tiles and him put on a good battle. I got to be honest with you. T-Top reminds me a little bit, and maybe it's not fair to do this. When I think of certain rap artists and rap styles, Biggie was a flower, a dude that could rhyme real good, and Tupac was a guy that, don't get me wrong, he could rhyme, but you could tell there was a pain. There was something inside of Tupac that you felt like a certain heaviness to Tupac's rhymes that you'd be like, yo, I feel his pain. I feel that struggle. I feel that struggle he's going through. And when T-Top battle raps, I hope he never lose this, man. I hope if you see this blog, T-Top, hope you never lose this. You got this certain authenticity to your battle rap, especially in the third rounds, where you talking about a certain struggle. If it's your struggle or a struggle you know of or whatever, but it's believable, and that's what's going to draw people towards you. That's what's going to create your fan base. Just make sure you stay true to that, because a lot of people believe the bars that's coming out of your mouth, and a lot of times when you have these battle rappers, they just want to say something hot, they want to say something funny, they want to talk about how big their gun is, and when you say certain metaphors and you're throwing out certain things, and people can relate to it, you have an advantage. You have an advantage. When street dudes can relate to your bars, you have an advantage. So I really like that dude. I think he's another up-and-coming dude. And I got to say, the gap is closing real quick with the PGs and the top tier or veteran dudes. Maybe we shouldn't even say top tier anymore, because very few people live up to top tier and stay there. I think, really, to be honest with you, there's PGs, there's veteran battle rappers, which majority of these battle rappers are veteran battle rappers because they've been doing it for a while. And, they could give you 2 or 3 good performances. They could also give you 2 or 3 duds, but they're still veterans. As far as top tier, I think we really need to start using that a lot, like the same way you say classic battle. I think the same way you use classic battle, you should really use top tier. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you can't catch an L as a top tier dude, but your top tier dude should be battling at least twice a year. At least twice a year. And a top tier dude should be able to beat top tier dudes. You should not be a top tier dude and lose to a lot of top tier dudes. And just cause your name is household, just cause everybody knows you in battle rap, does not mean that you're a top tier dude. All right. I think there's a couple of elements for you to be a top tier dude. You should be. I'm just no order of importance. I'm just throwing this out there. You should be. You should be like Arsenal. You know, Arsenal, he has that slogan. He said, "Once again, I'm in another nigga's state, on another nigga's stage, up in another nigga's face." You know, you should be able to go to another state. You should be able to go to another country. You should be able to battle in a different arena. It doesn't always have to be URL or King of the Dot. You know what I'm saying? You know, you should be able to do it all and be successful for people to know that you're able to be successful in any arena. To me, that's a top tier dude. I would put and live up to your name, my nigga. Don't have a name that you can't live up to. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a name. You know, Big T. Let's just go with Big T. I don't feel like picking on Big T. You know, here we have a battle. And I was going to get into this afterwards, but I'll get into it now. Big T versus Arsenal. Big T gets killed. Arsenal comes out with an arsenal of bars. I mean, Arsenal lives up to his name. He lives up to his name each and every time. Boom. He's going in. Big T, I don't know what you're doing. You know, ever since your Sue Surf battle, and that battle where you were talking about, you know, and really when you look at that battle where you said that peace sign over his head, you know, is not a bunny sign, that was your hottest bar, and the rest of your battle on that one was like so-so. I'm trying to remember who it was. Maybe y'all could put it down here. I can't remember who he went up against. Some dude. Anyway, but I ain't gonna lie, your battle against Surf in that sneaker store, you did your thing. I know 50 said what he said afterwards. And another thing, let me just keep this funky. Listen, just because your name is Big T or Notorious Big or, you know, I mean, look at the Fat Boys lost weight. They still kept their name. Heavy D, he lost weight. He kept his name. Big T, you could lose weight and keep your name. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to keep getting bigger. And clean yourself up, man. Line up the bed. Come there looking like if you want to be a top tier dude, be a top tier dude, man. But let me get back to. I think Arsenal's top tier. I think Goods is top tier. You know, I think Math is top tier. I think, obviously, you know, I'm not gonna put Lux and Mook because they don't battle enough. You got to give me something as a fan. You know, these one battle every 2 years is not working for me. But I'll get into the Lux Mook thing in a second. But Hollow is top tier. I don't care how you slice it. Him, Surf, Hollow battles anywhere. He'll go anywhere. He's not afraid to battle anybody, you know. And he brings you that consistent work. And he can freestyle. He can write his bars. He has writtens, he has freestyles, he has delivery, he has humor, you know, he has punchlines, he has schemes. You know, anytime you can do all of those things, that's a top tier dude, you know. Rex, obviously, and there's some dudes in other leagues that's, you know, you know, anyway, that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother conversation. But I wanted to address the fights in battle rap real quick, and then we get into the Total Slaughter thing. The fights in battle rap. So far, I don't know if you guys seen, there was a little scuffle with Surf Hitman a few weeks back. Farrah Funeral. Well, the Surf Hitman, let's just say Smack and Beasley was there, whether it was staged or not. I met Beasley, I met Smack. I don't think they're up for staging stuff, but I think they have enough respect from Hitman and Surf not to act silly in front of them, like totally silly. And they had a certain amount of control over it. Whether it's going to matriculate to a battle, who knows? I mean, 1 minute you see Surf and Hitman in a car talking smack for 20 minutes like they're the best of friends. Next minute, you know, they supposedly getting ready to get at it. I don't know. When I was growing up, that, you know, you could be cool with a dude one day and got beef the next. You know, it could happen. And then y'all cool again. Y'all could be cool again after y'all get it on. So, you know. Farrah funeral and Miss Hustle. Yo, I don't know what happened. I don't know what Miss Hustle said to Farrah funeral. I don't know who was. Miss Hustle did have somebody there that was trying to hold her down, because when Farrah was giving her the first, you know what I'm saying, 2-piece, no biscuit, you know what I'm saying? You know how your face look when you get a 2-piece, no biscuit? He was like, where's my biscuit? Oh, man. Farrah gave Miss Hustle a 2-piece, no biscuit real quick. Some chick jumps in, tells her to let her go. Farrah lets her go. You know, and you figuring Miss Hustle's fixing her hair, getting her stuff together. Miss Hustle's a big girl. Listen, I got to give these girls some tips to fighting. 1, do not have long hair and think you're fighting somebody. If you really, really want to get it in, you got to have your hair, either cut your hair, find a way that people cannot grab your hair, because all they do is grab your hair. It's like hockey. They pull your shirt over your head and they just start wailing on you. Why you think dudes don't have long hair? But dudes don't fight like that. Anyway, Miss Hustle, you are too big to be getting worked like that. The second time they tackle up, Farrah beat Miss Hustle like if she stole something. I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, what is going on here? I mean, Miss Hustle, you should never even battle Farrah after something like that. Because God forbid she get mad and she decide to handle you on stage. It looked like if you've never been in a fight before. I don't know. You can't be that big and not handle your business. Farrah put in that work. That's as far as I say. All right. And they did it right. Whatever beef they had, it was handled off stage, around the corner. And to be honest with you, they handled it like men. I mean, I'm going to keep it funky. That's how men should handle it. And they was 2 women that had some sort of beef. I don't know if it was over a dude or whatever. Maybe somebody said something slick, and they said something slick. Want to check you on it. You know, she ain't run. She faced it. She took it like a woman. Miss Hustle took her beat down, and it was a fair one. Nobody got jumped. I respect that. That out of all of the fight things I'm gonna talk about, that was the best one, because everything was done right. Outside, away from the money, away from the promoters. Somebody had a camera up. You can't avoid that nowadays. They world star you. All right. You got it in. You got your ass whooped. You ain't really blogging all crazy about it. You ain't really talking all slick about it. You was on there the next day. I know Miss Hustle talking about you still look beautiful and all this. Yo, I'm not blogging. I'm not going on no camera the next day or talking about my face looks good and all. After somebody just whooped your ass, whooped your ass? For real? Nah, I gotta be waiting for Miss Hustle somewhere the next day, and we gotta get it in until I feel better about the fight. That's just the way I feel. Y'all can leave y'all comment on that one, but we fighting until I feel better. Anyway, gets me to the math disaster thing. I was going to do a full blog on this. A lot of people have been blogging on it. I'm not going to do a full blog on it. But I'm going to say this. You messing up the money. You messing up some West Coast talent that may want to come out to New York and vice versa. You know, it may happen. Look, Daylight just performed, for Total Slaughter. You just never know when the wrong crew is going to be up there and they feel some kind of way, whether it's a West Coast rapper over here or East Coast person over there. somebody's going to pop up and feel some kind of way, and now they could draw back from when disaster hit Math. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, I didn't see the battle yet. It may have dropped. I don't know. I think they're still holding on to it. I think King of the Dot. I've been talking. If you looked at my last blog about the Gnome 4 event, the beginning of my blog, my man C. Lou asked me a question about, and I talked about the environment, and then I went right to the security. And I'm like, yo, because I used to do security. I used to bounce. I used to do a lot of things. And the first thing I said was, there was no security. You could have walked in there with whatever. They really not checking dudes. You could have had a hammer on. You could have had 2 hammers on you. Known for? Trust me. And I got stuff. Trust me, I got stuff. So I know what I could have had on me. And I could have had, like, I didn't even have to have a small thing on me. I could have had a big joint on me, and I would have been good. You got to have security at these events. You can't wait for something to happen and then have security. And the security at Gnome 4, I want to say a lot of them was women, and it was small girls. Now, I did some security with some girls that was like, Amazon chicks. It's, beef, something pops. These girls is not moving nothing. So anyway, King of the Dot, Math, disaster. We all know the punch and all of that. It wasn't a fair fight. You're not going to be able to fight someone. You don't have nobody with you. You're all the way in LA, and you got people picking up chairs, people holding your hand. Then you have people that's neutral trying to break it up, and they holding you back. Meanwhile, this guy's coming at you full strength. All I'm saying is, who knows who would win the fight? Just have a fight where it's just them 2 men handling their business. Please handle it as soon as possible so, people could feel how they want to feel. I think Math is in a bad position right now because if he retaliates, people act like the hip-hop police is real. And if he retaliates and something really bad happens to Disaster, Math know he going to jail. And I wouldn't want to go to jail for a guy like Disaster. I'm a Brooklyn dude. I have no problem going to jail if I have to go to jail for something, but I'm not going to jail for somebody that just decided to swing on me. I'm going to handle it. I'm going to handle it my own way, but I'm not just going to, try and go to jail for somebody that swung on me on some punk shit. And I'm not saying that Math has flown the right road, but Disaster, if you're not about that life, you can't be, battle rap savior. You can't be out there thinking that you're going to, forget about that. The King of the Dot, some of the comments that came out of y'all mouths after this is just ridiculous, too. You knew this was going to happen. This is what you expected. Should you release the punch footage? How much views it got so quick? Half y'all people know y'all would have been right up Smack's ass if he was saying some of this dumb shit that King of the Dot was saying. But they get a pass, I guess. Anyway, let me roll on to something else real quick. The Total Slaughter event. I hope these guys can do it next season, whenever that starts, January, whatever, and learn from some of their mistakes. First of all, the TV show, I don't think they got the full feel of the battle rap experience. They're not giving the new fans a proper feel. 90 seconds is tough. Not being able to prepare for your opponent is tough. To have T-Rex know who all the people was going to be in the in this brownstone house, that ahead of time he was prepared. He had bars for people, and kind of people was not prepared. How Big T and Arsenal ended up on the card, the final card, I don't know. Rex, Daylight, okay. They both dot mob, so I'm not gonna go what's the word, analyzing that battle. They're both dot mob, and we already know Daylight does not care whether he wins or loses, as long as he is talked about. So I'm not going to talk about that. Only thing I will talk about was the outfit. The outfit was cool. Daylight's performance and stuff like that. Yeah. Getting back, I really want to talk about two battles. We know Arsenal beat Big T, and Big T is not top tier, so I'm not going to talk about it. But Lux, Mook, and Hollow Buttons. I'm going to take it in the order of importance. So, second most important is Lux Mook. I don't know if Lux is listening to people in his camp. I don't know if there's people in Lux's camp that he respects or not. But you came out with a winning performance against Calico. And after that, and it worked, after that, Cortez and Math, a couple other people came out and said, yo, Lux, it worked. It was genius. Great. Don't do it again. Don't preach. It worked. You pulled it off. Don't preach again. He came out against Hollow. Highly debatable. A lot of people wanted to rock with Lux because he was saying a lot of potent stuff. Lux is an unbelievable rapper. Nobody really raps with Lux. But after the Hollow battle with Lux, you could see he had nobody rocking with him. He had nobody thinking he really lost. He had that haymaker in the third round against Calico. The one against him and Hollow was really close. A lot of people. I actually thought in the billing Hollow won. I actually enjoyed Hollow's performance better than Lux's. When I look back on camera, I seen Lux had a lot more bars, and it's always like that with Lux. It's hard to see him win in the building, except maybe if you were at the Miles thing, which I'll talk about that in a second. So if I'm Lux, you're hearing all this feedback from the Calico thing. You had the props, let's not forget. And you had the props against Lux. You came out with, not Lux, against Hollow. You came out with the whole Black Panther thing and the signs and, all of that. Total Slaughter's not letting you bring out any props. It's pretty much just you. There's no crew of people behind people. We'll talk about that, the look of the Total Slaughter and all that. But, my nigga, Mook is coming back with that street stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know how Mook is going to give it up. Why play with this dude? Bring that street stuff. Bring the stuff that you know. You know what I'm saying? Bring that. You should have brought the Lux that killed on 106 in Park for like 7 weeks. You should bring the dude that like just totally bodied Young Miles. That street Lux. I know he's in there. I know that old Lux is there. You bring that street Lux. There's not too many dudes in the battle rap game that's going to mess with that. I think Mook studied the game tapes. He listened to what people said. He listened to all the criticism he got for Iron Solomon. He really listened. And people said, yo, we want that old Mook. We want that Mook that battle outside against that dude, Jay Mills. They want that Mook. And what does he do? He brings the do-rag back. They want the dude that battled and got at Sirius Jones. They wanted that Mook. When you are, first of all, there's one thing about being an artist, because the artists really don't have to pay attention to a lot of things. They're not really looking for fame or looking to get rich. But when you're a performer, a performer has to give people what they want. Otherwise, why perform? You're going to be performing for yourself. A A performer gives people what they want. An artist don't give a fuck. The artist does whatever he wants to do because he's not looking for certain things. I think that's what Daylight is. Daylight is an artist. He's not a performer. He does not care. Does not care if you like what he does. He wants to get views. He doesn't care to get views. He wants to win. He doesn't want to win. Daylight is a true artist because he starts out with something. I don't even think Daylight knows what he's going to do. Once he get on the stage, I don't even think he knows what he's going to do. That's a true artist. But a performer has to have a game plan, has to know what the fans want, and live up to it. And I think Lux is stuck somewhere in the middle. He wants to be an artist, he wants to perform, and he really needs to change his game plan up. That's what saved a verb against goods. He went back to that old verb. That's what people wanted. People wanted the old verb, and it worked. Mook, just like basketball, you don't have to be the best athlete. You just got to be smarter than the next dude. And Mook outsmarted Lux, plain and simple. He was not going to play Lux's game. He was not going to try and out-rap him. He just outsmarted him. Hats off to him. Hollow buttons. Yo, hollow buttons. I'm not going to do what the other bloggers did so far. I'm going to say this is a good look for battle rap. I want to see battle rap go to Madison Square Garden. All the lights. I want vision for Madison Square Garden. I want it in a big, I want like for it to be in a big football field with 100,000 people in there, 50,000 people in there, and have rappers opening up for the battle rap show. You know, that's what'll be hot. Like you have the top, Meek Mills and all of these guys have to open up for the battle rappers because that's what people came to see, the gladiators. They came to see war. You know what I'm saying? And I tip my hat to Joe Buttons because Slaughterhouse is a relevant group. He's had platinum hits, and he took the risk when other people have not. He's paving the way, and he's taking that chance. So hats off to Joe Buttons. Hollow the Don has an incredible amount of pressure on his back to show out for all battle rap, first and first. That being said, the battle itself was not where it needed to be. I'll tell you why. I know why. I already seen it. One, there's no crews involved. Battle rappers are used to having people behind them. I go to all the events. Before the battle rappers even get on there, their crew gets on there. They get the right people in the right places, and they just feel more comfortable. If you fighting somebody and you by yourself and he's by himself, you probably don't have a certain amount of swag to your fight. I mean, you still might win, but you don't have a certain amount of swag. If you slip or fall, your man is there to pick you up. Certain things ain't gonna happen if your man's in them is there. When it's just you and that next person, it takes a little. Plus, if you style on the dude, you want your people right there talking about, yo, I seen when you were styling on him. You know what I'm saying? So there's no crew, so that element is gone. All right. Even rappers. Even when they rapping, they have this whole crew behind. You see G-Unit, you see Wu-Tang. Just think of how crazy these guys perform when their peoples is around them. And then if you just put them by themselves on stage, some people could rap, Busta, Jay-Z. They could do all that stuff by themselves, there's no problem. But people give you that much more 9 times out of 10 when they have their crew around them. That's just real talk. The other part to this is, and I don't know how quite to put it, but I think when you have a mic in your hand, it takes away from your battle rap ability. You can't move your hands around. You can't, illustrate certain things. I think that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I think Joe Budden's grabbing a mic was a problem. I think that drew energy away from the battle itself, from the overall battle itself. You know, when somebody's holding a mic and they got to talk into the mic and they got to do the, you blocking yourself off from the crowd. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like how I'm wearing glasses. It's like you block yourself off from the public. It's almost like a shield. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if you take the glasses off and you talk to the dudes and you're like, yo, and you look them in the eye and be like, yo, let's go. You know, let's go. That's what it is. It's like a little bit more intimidating. It's more up in your face. It's more like, yo, I'm about to give you that work. You know, but you got that mic, and now you're talking in that mic, blah, 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 blah. It takes the energy away, and I think that took a little energy away from Hollow. And I think the person that he was battling, he didn't have the crowd oohing and ahhing. So if you don't have the crowd oohing and ahhing and moving a certain way, now when you go to rebuttal, your rebuttals are that much weaker, because what are you rebuttaling? You're rebuttaling something that was whack. And I'm not saying Joey was whack. I'm just saying that his style and his delivery was off, like an off cadence. He, at certain points, I was like, it sounds like if he's doing a mixtape type of battle. And then he had bars. He had some slick metaphors and stuff, but he wasn't there. He wasn't where he needed to be, you know. But I think that took away from Hollow's performance. The fact that Joey had the mic, the fact that there was no crew, and the fact that Joey's overall performance, Button's overall performance, was subpar. So I think some people rise to the occasion. So if, like, you know, if you play supposed to dude is nice, you want to show him that you nicer, you gonna go all out. When you playing a dude against a dude that's whack, you might do some whack shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's the way how it is. People play down to their competition sometimes. I think that's something that happened in that battle. So I'm hoping the next time we see a Total Slaughter that's a little bit more prepared, that they can, handle some of the mistakes that happened this time around and improve. The things that I did like about, the whole look, that arena, the lighting, the floor, the color cameras, top notch. One of the best looking rap battle scenery. I mean, even around it, the three layers, the seating arrangement, the way how it looked like top notch, man. Smack and King of the Dot, and they need to take a page from this. This looked good. It really, really looked good on camera. I like that. I like seeing K Slay standing in the middle there. You know, even the commentators, I know they weren't great. You know, Ebro and Royce the 5'9". I think they should have had maybe somebody other than Royce the 5'9" there, somebody more independent. Maybe like, Star, somebody, you know what I'm saying? I like the judging system, I would have liked to see the judges, hear the judges, what they had to say, but I like the judging system. I think the judging system was accurate. I don't know all the names or who, if they shuffled judges, as the event went on or whatever, but I think that the judging system was a good look. Was really, really important to have, and maybe that's something we can have go on, from there. But the arena looked good. The judging system looked good. I like the little commentations in between. I ain't really have a big problem with Sway. Sway is a big time supporter of battle rap. Sway is well known in the rap industry, hip hop industry, and the fact that he would take his time out to be a part of this event, tip my hat to him, K Slay, and these types of dudes that really could help take this to the next level. Kid Capri's, a lot of respect to these. These DJs can do it. These DJs can funk flex. A lot of these dudes can say some things and put battle rap right into the mainstream. All right, they're on the cusp. They're orbiting the earth. Now we need to just get in the atmosphere. Real talk. And we're close. Overall, I think it's still a good look for battle rap. I'm not going to talk down about Total Slaughter. We need to support this movement. Don't trash it and be, oh, it's garbage. Oh, I wanted more. It was just, listen, it's a baby league. They just got born. You understand? You're measuring them up to URL. You're measuring them up to King of the Dot. You're measuring them up to Don't Flop. And these people been in the leagues, been doing these leagues for years. They had their growing pains. You know, Total Slaughter is a hip-hop rap company that seen battle rap and said, let's try our hand in this lane. Let's try and show some love and try our hand. They a baby group. This is their first project. Of granted, they coming in with a lot of money, so they doing things a lot fast forward that new battle rap leagues aren't able to do because they have the money. But at the same time, there's stuff they couldn't escape. Give them a chance, y'all. Give them a chance. Get them a couple more events before we start going in on them. All right? We know the format was kind of long. We know the format was kind of funky with time and, the mic and this. All right, the pay-per-view was a little suspect. I get it. But damn, it was their first event. Fall back, man. Y'all give them too much negative shit, they might just say, you know what? The hell with this. Let them live. Show them a little love. And they can be the gatekeeper or the gateway to that new piff, that new thing that we need, that new thing that's going to send these dudes and have these dudes really live in a certain kind of way. And you know what? The fans will benefit. If we support it, the fans will benefit. We don't support it, we'll suffer. All right, y'all. Just wanted to highlight y'all for a minute. Mad Dog Killer. You know what I'm saying? Drop your comments. Subscribe. Do what you do. One.